moment, Obi. Session we'll be talking about the Mind Talk, and we have a special guest in the house, and he will be bringing to us the Mind Talk. His name is Rao Sharma. He's a thought leader, a global leader, someone who have inspired a lot of people across the globe. And I would just want you to listen to the very end because I know we're talking about something that will change your life. So this is the and be ready to upgrade your life. So Rahul, just please introduce yourself.
Absolutely. Thank you for having me on the show, Obi. Uh, I'm based in Washington, D.C. metro area, and I help young individuals to become empowered leaders. As a mindset coach, my philosophy is you have greatness in you. You have the
Yeah.
power to change anything and everything around you. What you need is a positive mindset. Mhm. All right, as we're waiting for Obi to dial in back, um, the power of mind talk. This is one of the habit that I have mentioned in my book, Habits for Miracles. Mind talk, and mind talk is all about talking to you about you. That is mind talk. We do mind talk day in, day out. Every day when we are walking, when we are thinking, we are doing mind talk. And the power of mind talk is so huge that it keeps your mind positive for at least 6 to 8 hours. This is according to the research. If you do positive mind talk, you will keep your mind positive for 6 to 8 hours. And it is very, very important for us to ensure that we are surrounded with positive people, we are surrounded with positive energy, we are in a positive environment, which will allow us to think positively. And if you get into this power of mind talk, that will really change the trajectory of your life, of your career.
All right, that's beautiful. Mind talk is all about how we talk to ourselves, the things we tell ourselves on a daily basis, and how those things impact our life. So, why do you think mind talk is important? Like, does it really have any impact in our daily activities in our lives?
Yes, and before I talk about that, Obi, I will want to share my own personal example. So, why mind talk is necessary? We are surrounded with so much of negativity around us. It is very, very
Yeah,
important
true,
for our mind to stay positive. So, when we think
true.
positive, when we talk positive to ourselves, the entire universe provide that positivity to you. So the importance of mind talk is you will be able to see in your daily action, because when your mind remain positive, you are thinking positive, you are taking positive action, and those positive action is allowing you to lead a positive and happier life. So that is what in my experience, the impact of positive mind talk. And in my
Right.
life, I do these mind talks 2 times. Obi, one when I get up in the morning, I try to stay positive and talk about those positive things that I want to do in that particular day. And number two, when I go to bed, I also talk positive things. I show gratitude to others. I talk about how healthy the day went. And what happens is when we talk positively to us in the morning as well as when while going to bed, it remains subconsciously in your mind. It
True.
it
Yeah.
it propels you to take positive action. And
Yeah.
most of us do talk to ourselves. The only difference I would recommend to people, when we talk positive, we typically say, "I want to be good. I want to do this. I want to do that." My recommendation to our listeners would be change that "I" to your own name. Rahul want to stay positive. Rahul want to accomplish the swimming 25 laps today. So when you change that I to your own name, you are able to distinguish between the behaviors, between the thought process, between your emotions more effectively. You are able to balance your emotions well when you use your name instead of using the word I. So that would be one of my recommendation. Use your name instead of word I. I think Obi is having a bad connection, but yes, this is what technology brings to us. It's a blessing in disguise, but I'm glad that we are still talking.
All right, that's really beautiful. I love the part you said that most people talk positive to themselves, but they don't internalize it like using their name so that it can like align with their personal values. So people just say things like I'm going to be better. It doesn't really have it doesn't really hit with their soul, with their spirit. So it's just really generic. But when we begin to internalize it, like saying like adding your name like OB fulfillment, Rahul, I'm going to be great. I'm going to be here tomorrow. I'm going to be able to do this. Nothing will stop me. You understand? When we internalize it, we feel connected and we are able to actually put in the action that will bring in the result we desire. Now, an aspect of
Yep.
this I want to talk about, there are people who have mental health problems. They're dealing with depression, and it's very difficult for them to talk to themselves positively. So,
Hmm.
what will you recommend for such people? People who are struggling with depression, anxiety, and trauma.
Absolutely. So for those people, I have three recommendations. Number one, build a circle, inner circle of people who is giving you positivity. Talk to people who gives you positive energy. Spend time with those people who gives you positivity. So that is number one, and that is in your control. You can control that. Number two, practice gratitude. Be thankful to Almighty for what He has given to us, for what we have received. Most of us, we keep on talking or thinking about things about the past or about the future. We very rarely talk about the present. So be thankful for what you have. So show your gratitude. And number three is practice kindness. Kindness in the conversation, kindness in every interaction that you are having with anyone around you. So if we can focus on these three things, number one, surround ourselves with positive people, someone who is giving us positive energy. Number two, show gratitude, practice gratitude for all the things that we have received. And number three, be kind to others. Be kind in your interaction, be kind in any conversation you are having, be kind to yourself. Most of us, in order to be kind to others, we at times forget our own self. So, our
Yeah,
duty is
true.
towards our own self. Be kind to yourself.
Right. So I'm really loving where the conversation is going. You're already giving us a whole lot of value. I really like number one where you say people always focus on the past. You understand? So many people have lost some valuable things in the past, and when they remember, it hurts them a lot. And especially when they've made mistakes, they just can't see themselves trying again. And that's whenever they remember that scenario or that incident, they tend to just say, "Oh, I'm not good. I'm not good enough. I will never be able to do this because I've failed in the past." That is always a problem for a whole lot of people. So I
Mhm.
just want you to actually give us more information for people who are dealing with a particular problem because many of us have.
Absolutely, absolutely. So the reason I say that we spend too much of time in the past, and why I say that it is not a great sign. Yes, we need to remember what where we come from and what we have done. But the one thing we need to remember that also that we cannot change anything whatever happened in the past. So if we think too much about things that is beyond our control, we are actually spending our energy in the wrong direction. So that is one of the thing I would recommend, not to uh, not to drain your energy in things that you cannot control. Number two, when we are talking about the past, we need to learn from our mistakes. So let's say if we have done mistake or if we fail, I see failure as a first attempt in learning. We always, either we learn or we succeed. I don't think we fail, because that I see as an opportunity to learn. So if something has gone wrong, try to ensure that you do not repeat that. Try to learn from those mistakes. Try to learn from those failures that will help you in leading life in a positive manner. Number three, I would also recommend is, at times, Obi, we are not able to see what others are able to see. So, like when we are driving, we have a mirror which has a to see what others can see. So that's where my recommendation would be, is to have a mentor in life, have a coach in life, because that coach or a mentor will see things that you are not able to see. And it does not have to be a paid mentor, a paid coach. It could be your senior sibling, it could be your professor, it could be your manager, it could be someone from your church. But talk to people who are able to see greatness in you, who are able to see your blind spots, so that we can learn from those blind spots. We can learn from those aspects of life that we are not able to see. Right? So that is what my recommendation would be. Learn from the past, and talk to a mentor, talk to a coach who will see the greatness in you, who will see the abundance in you. And that's how you will be able to do better for yourself and for the people around you.
All right, that's beautiful. I really love that. Don't look at the past. You can't control it. The lessons from the past, wisdom to your present, so you can make your future better. Now, I want you to give us a scenario when you've seen like a real life success story where positive mind talk have really helped people. Maybe from your personal experience, from your clients, from people you know who have really applied this, so people can know that we're not just wasting our time here. We're really talking about things that could really help better their lives.
Absolutely, absolutely. I will talk about one of the recent coachee that I had, and the problem statement with this individual was, for last 3 months this person was not able to get a job, as this person was confused whether she should go for a job or she should go for a business. So she was focusing her mind in both the direction, and she came up to me with this problem statement that I need help, I need guidance. And I helped her in talking through things, what matters to her most. And my first question to her was, what would this job will do for you, or what would this business will do for you? And the answer came in as a revenue. So her important thing was money. She wanted revenue. And as we know that the business, setting up a business, getting revenue from business takes time. Getting up a job for someone who has at least 15 years of corporate experience is fairly easy. So my request to her was to change her direction from looking to establish a business versus looking for a job. So we started focusing on finding a job. And from a positive mind talk perspective, I told her one thing, that mention a date in your diary that you will be starting your work. And I still remember that date was March 11th of 2024. I told her that write this date at March 11th, you will start a new job. And it was almost 4 weeks before when I met her. Fast story forward, she was able to find a job. She did not started her job on March
Wow.
11th, but she got a job offer
Wow.
on March 11th, and started job 2 weeks later. Now, what changed? Two things changed, Obi. I will say two things. One, her energy, her direction at which she was working was focused on finding a job. That is number one. Number two, she had
Yeah.
that belief that if I need to start a job on March 11th, which is 4 weeks from now, what are the things that I need to do today? So we worked on that. That how many recruiters she needs to
Wow.
connect with, how many interviews she needs to give, how she has to frame her resume to make sure that she's putting her best foot forward. So because of that positivity in her, because of that positive mind talk, she started talking to her every single day that today I will be speaking to five candidates or five recruiters. I would be starting my new job on March 11th. That continuous positivity in her really made things happen. And I don't want to take any credit here. All the work was done by her. I just gave her some direction. And that is what my job as a coach is. So that really helped her in getting a new job.
Wow, that's a powerful success story. I love it, and I know you've just given some people confidence right now because a lot of people will be listening from across the globe, and we're like, wow, I never thought things like this were possible. And I really love the fact that after the positive mind talk, there were some certain steps she had to take to prepare herself for the job, and that was really, really, really important. So the last question I'm going to ask you now is resources you will recommend for people who are trying to get their mind fixed so they can begin to focus on what is really important. Because from the story you said she focused on getting the job and she focused on energy on that alone and she was able to get the result. So where do you what resources will you recommend? Maybe your own books, maybe your own podcast, your talk shows. What will you recommend for people to get started with?
Absolutely. So the first thing I would offer a free book to all your listeners. So when they log into my LinkedIn page, and probably we can also mention in the show notes, I have an ebook called Be Action Oriented that they can download for free with the link that we will be
Wow,
providing to everyone. That book itself will allow you to know the five
that's a
keys.
generous.
Yeah, five keys for taking consistent action. That is number one. Number two, I would highly recommend a book called Start with Why from Simon Sinek, because I believe that we take action when our why is strong. So it is very
Yeah,
important for us to know our why. And that book
yeah,
really helps
a
you in
purpose.
knowing your why, in allowing you to take action. So, from a book perspective, those two resources. Number three, I would recommend, highly recommend, listening to podcasts, listening to positive podcasts like yourself, Obi. You are doing an amazing job
Yeah,
for the community. So thank you for
thank
what
you.
you are doing, my friend. So, listening to
Yeah, I really appreciate.
yeah, listening to these positive podcasts will really help you keep your energy positive. And last but not the least, you are the best resource. You
Yeah,
yourself are the one who will make things happen, and the only person who is between you and your success is you. So focus on
yeah.
yourself, believe in yourself. You have greatness in you, and you can do amazing things in the world.
Wow. So, guys, you have just got yourself a bonus. If you're listening right now, you just need to check the link in the description for the free ebook that will change your mindset forever. And I love the fact that it is free, it is available for everyone. You can get it now. Just go to the link in the description. If you're listening on YouTube, it will be also in the link in description. But if you're listening from other player, you can access the link. Just go over to fulfillmentobi.substack.com/podcast, or yes, just go there and you will see this episode. Go to the description and you will find a link to download the book. Or you can check out his when I'm done editing this video. If you're watching it as a video, you will see the link on the screen. Just go to that link so you can get that book for yourself. It will really, really help you better your life. So thank you so much, Rahul Shama. I really, really,
Thank you for having me. I really appreciate it.
and I look forward to working with you again and again in future. So if there's any question to you, I will drop your bio link to LinkedIn so people can directly message you for help, questions, if that will be helpful.
Absolutely, absolutely. I really appreciate that. I'm looking forward to listening from your listeners and be of some assistance.
All right. I think we cut out a little. So, okay, the last thing I would need from you now is just
The hey,
what you
the show
love.
is still live. It's still going on.
Yeah, it's still going on. So I just want to ask you one more question before we go off. Um, I just wanted to just give me your best quotes, the best quotes you have been working with this year. Something that when you think of, like, really inspire you. It can be a few words, but
So the quotation that inspires me and that is my daily motivator is where there is a will, there is a way. This is the quote that I remember, I speak every single time when I am falling short. When I am going on low on energy, this is the quote that helps me to really regain my energy and go with confidence to any challenges that are coming my way. Where there is a will, there is a way.
thank you so much. All right, guys. That was it for the Life of Great podcast episode. I hope you enjoyed the show and work more with you.
Thank you, man.
Thank you.
Thank you. Bye bye.